Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're very dramatic. And if you haven't guessed, it's going to be a Valentine's look. So I wanted to do a Valentine's look that wasn't just a romantic kind of going on a date kind of look. I want to do something cool. I want to do something kind of fun, creative, a full face kind of, I don't know, I just felt like doing this. I done a face chart and I wanted to recreate it. So here we are. So obviously I done my eyes in the video. I done the kind of creative part around my face. And yeah, it's very fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. I got very, very creative doing this and I went a little bit ham with the hearts. Just before we get into the tutorial for this look, my Instagram is linked down below where I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, and my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content if you want to go give both of those a follow. So that was a quick intro because I think this video is going to be very long. Not very long, but I think it is going to be a little bit longer because we're doing eyes and the face. Not the whole face, like my skin will be done before I start, but we'll be doing a lot of the kind of creative part together as well. So let us just get into the actual tutorial. Okay, so let us get into a very dramatic Valentine's look. I am very excited about this. As I said before last year that I want to get a little bit more into doing more dramatic, more full kind of face sort of creative kind of stuff. And I'm kicking it off with Valentine's Day because I had this idea in my head for a long time. So my skin is on my brows and my eyeshadow primer is on, which will all be listed down below. My cheeks are done as well, which I'll probably go through towards the end. And I will do my eyes and the kind of design that I have planned on my face with you guys. I'll do my lip then off camera and I'll let you know what I use for that as well. So for this look, we are going to use an old palette. This is the Beauty Bay New Romantics palette because I think it will be perfect. Good theme for our Valentine's look. And it has all the colours that I need. I use this to create the face chart for this look. This is my little chart here. Just kind of map out what I wanted. I may add more, I may use some rhinestones, I'm not too sure, but I will do something with it. Okay, so I'm going to be using a couple of Cash Beauty brushes for this look, and I'm going to start actually with the shade Mars, which is a little bit more burnt orange, but most reds tend to go very pink on the eyes, and I'm going to use a pink to blend it out. So I think this will be like the red. I'll use a little bit of this shade. Might add a bit of this if it's gone not pink enough for me, but I don't want it to be too pink. I'm going to use this shade on the lid and this shade on the lid, do a bit of a half crease, and I may add a little bit of the black in. So I'm taking the shade Mars on a Cash Beauty K010 brush, just a pinched flat fluffy brush. And for the eyes, I just want to do like a half cut crease sort of vibe. I don't want too much focus to be on the eyes, but I still want the eyes to be dramatic enough to hold against the look. So just popping that on the outer corner and then pulling it through the crease for some definition. And you can see there like it's going more red than it is orange. God, I love Beauty Bay shadows from their like 20 pan palettes. I love them. That blends so easy. I haven't even blended like with the actual colour I'm going to blend with, but that's already blended on its own. I'm winging it slightly as well, not too much, because obviously with the design I'm going to do, I only have a limited amount of space to work with and I don't want to take over too much space with the shadow. Okay, I'm just picking up that same brush on a Blend Bunny B2 brush, just a small little pencil brush. And that is just going to go along the lower lash line. I'm going to do it the whole way across, connecting on the outer corner. Okay, so now to blend that out, I'm going to take a K06 brush, the big, soft, flimsy, fluffy brush, to give a real nice haze around the edges. And I'm going to take the shade Flamingo. This one here. There's two very similar pinks, this one and this one. This other one is Birthday, but this one, it has a bit more punch to it, and I'm going to use that to blend out the edges and add a little bit more pink. So I'm just taking that, and because this brush is so soft, I'm just going to get a real nice soft haze around the edges. So as you can see, lovely blend, gorgeous. I will probably add a little bit of black just to make it dramatic enough for the rest of the face. But for my lower lash line, to blend out my lower lash line, I'm going to do the same step with the Flamingo shade. I'm taking a shading brush from Real Techniques, kind of like a flattened smudgy brush. I'm going to take that same Flamingo shade and just use that to soften all around these edges, exactly like what we've done on top, just to get the blend the same. I'm just taking a little bit more of Mars, that first shade that we use on the same pencil brush. I just want to re-intensify to make sure my lower lash is nice and dramatic. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Ink, this black, matte black, and I'm going to take that on a Cash Beauty K08 brush, just small amounts, tap it off. I'm just really only in the corner, just want to make that a little bit darker, just on that little corner there for a little bit more intensity. So I'm just taking that same B2 brush and the ink shade again, that black, and just popping that on the kind of outer half of my lower lash line, connecting to where that black is on the outer corner. I'm using the same brush so it's not too intense with the black. I still want to be able to see that Mars shade, the kind of burnt orangey red. Okay, so now for the shimmers, I'm going to use my NYX glitter primer as usual, and I'm just popping a little bit on the back of my hand, and we're going to do a half cut crease, and I'm going to use a Cash Beauty K09 brush, my lovely little flat brush, and create our little half cut crease. As I said, like I want the eyes to be dramatic, but I don't want there to be like too much detail on the eyes because I want the rest of the face to really speak for itself. So just applying that glitter primer all over where I want it to be, and then whatever's left on the brush, just start putting a tiny bit of pressure down, not too much, don't want to hurt yourself, don't want to stretch your eyelids too much, but just enough pressure to get a nice line. So just something like that. Again, not too much detail, I'm not fussing too much about these. I'm going to take the shade Queen, which is this gorgeous deep red, brick red sort of shimmer, and I'm taking that on the same brush I just wiped off the excess glitter primer, and that is going to go on the outer half of the lid. So like we have a third here taken up by the darker shades, the darker mattes, and this shade is going to go on that outer part of the blank space, and just overlap it a little bit with that dark shade on the outer corner. And then I'm going to take the shade Chintz, which is this beautiful kind of light icy pink shade, and that's just going to go in that inner part of the eye. And this is on just a flat brush that I got off eBay, there's no name on it. Just any flat brush will do. It's just slightly smaller than that first one that I used. So I'm just popping that on this inner part in here, right up to the cut crease, and then start to flick a little bit over the red, and just go back and forth between the red and this Chintz shade to get a nice blend. Okay, so now our last little step, I just want to do my inner corner before I jump off and finish off the eyes. I'm going to take this Be Perfect and Ellie Kelly. I don't know who Ellie Kelly is, but it's pretty. This is Periwinkle. It's, I don't know if you can see, it's like this gorgeous kind of pinky sort of shift. I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. It's a pigment, a loose pigment. And I'm just going to take whatever's in the lid. So you can kind of see it there a little bit better. Just whatever's in the lid, because it's quite pigmented, quite strong. It's very sparkly. It's almost like a very fine glitter, and it flutters everywhere. I don't know if you can see any of that, but there's glitter flying everywhere. I'm taking that on a small little brush that I got off eBay as well, in that same set I got that last eBay brush from. This is just going to be a lovely sparkly pop on the inner corner. So that is the eyes pretty much done. I'm going to just jump off. I'm going to do a bit of liner, mascara, lash, that kind of thing. When I come back, we will finish off and do all the more dramatic face parts of the face. If that makes any sense, I don't think it does. And yeah, then our look will be all complete. Okay, so this is the eyes all done. I went for very dramatic lashes, but there is a reason, and I will go through it now in a second. But to finish off the eyes, I just went in with a new eyeliner for me, and I bought this because it's kind of similar to my Essence long lasting eye pencil in Berry Fantastic that I love and adore. And I had gift cards, I still have gift cards to use, but I had gift cards from over Christmas to spend, and I did pick up a little bit more makeup even though I've just done a haul, but it was with gift cards, not money. So this is the Victoria Beckham, which I've never tried before, the Satin Kajal liner in the shade Bordeaux, and it's just like a burgundy, that's the colour just here, really dark, like bloody red burgundy kind of shade. I just popped that on my waterline, really nice eye pencil. I'm going to see how, this is my first time wearing it, so I'm going to see how it lasts for the evening. My mascara then is I'm going to say new one for videos, but I have been using it just generally day to day. This is the Iconic London, what is this one called? Triple Threat Mascara. It's actually a really nice mascara. Really good mascara. Builds up, gives you a good bit of curl. It's really nice. And then for lashes, I went in with the not so Valentine's sort of lashes. These are the Friday the 13th Camp Counselor lashes. These ones, and the reason why I picked those is because they've got little kind of red lashes on the end, and I thought would go really well with all the reds and the hearts and the Valentines, but they are kind of horror lashes. Anyway, I also have a horror blush on, so horror is always around for me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a heart and do some like hearts and like drippy hearts down on this side, and I just think it's going to be a little bit of fun. I don't know what way I'm going to do it yet. I have a general plan, but I'll just keep adding as I go. Firstly, what I'm going to do is take the shade Claret. This one here. Claret or Clarinet? Yeah, Claret. This one here. It looks really red on camera, but it kind of has a little bit of pink to it. I'm taking this one because I'm going to be using that burnt orange shade to do detail work, so I want a little bit more kind of pinky red in there. And I'm taking that on a Camille on Paint number 2 brush, so it's like a long liner brush, but it's kind of thick liner brush. I'm just going to map with this first to see what way I want the shape to be and where it's going to sit. You can use a pencil for this, you can do whichever way you want, whichever is easier. I would definitely recommend doing this before doing any sort of, like, if you're going to do a paint or a grease paint or a liner, do it with shadow first, because you can kind of fix it easier with the shadow. The heart's going to go on this side, so I'm gonna, let me just look at my face chart. So yeah, I'm going to stick the middle of it here, little dot, and then straight down. Generally the bottom's going to be here, but it is going to go longer than that, but I'm going to like have the 2 points meet in that area. Now, this is kind of hard to do on camera, but I'm just going to generally get a map. I don't mind how dramatic this shadow looks on the skin. I just want like even a faint line will do. It's going right around my eye, around my eyebrow and everything. It's not perfect, like this kind of goes up higher and this one comes down lower, but when I'm doing my blending, as I said, it's not going to really look too perfect. And I do want it to be a little bit messy, kind of like a graffiti sort of style. So now I'm taking a V Cosmetics brush. This is just like a skinny fluffy brush. For that I'm going to take the Flamingo shade, the lightest pink that we used, and I want to start building a haze of pink around this. So again, just follow the shape, but it doesn't have to be too crazy, because as we layer darker shades on, these lighter shades will tend to fade into the skin a little bit better, because all your focus will be on the darker shade, so the lighter shade just kind of fades off. But I want this haze, and then every darker shade I use, I'm going to kind of go skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, so it's a bit more detailed. And I want both sides of the line to be this colour, so I'm just going straight over top of it. I'm not like blending one side out and then leaving the other side sharp. I want it to be both sides, so there's just a general glow of this around the edges. I want to get down to this part, just starting to drag this down a little bit more so it starts to kind of fade outwards. Okay, it's got a little bit of a pink glow going on. I'm going to go in now with a B1 brush. I'm going to take the Mars shade, which is that burnt orange. And this is a slightly skinnier brush again from that V Cosmetics brush. And this one I'm going to go in and just be a little bit more detailed, and this will take it to where it's not too pink, and then just not blending it out as far as that pink. And you can always add more pink to go over the edge, which if I feel like I need to, I will. And same with this shade, I'm just going extending it, but not down as far as the pink. So everything as it gets darker gets shorter. And then just taking more Flamingo on that bigger brush, and we're just gonna re-intensify the haze around the edge. You can make it a bit bigger if you want to, if your first shade or your Mars shade got too thick, but I just want to blend around the edges so it kind of fades together. Now you can literally just draw a heart and do the design itself, but I did want like this kind of gradient behind the heart that I'm going to draw. Okay, so now I'm not going to do any like black or anything like that. I don't think I really need to, because I'm going to use 2 different liners, water activated liners, to kind of detail this a little bit more. So the first shade I'm going to go in with again is my brighter shade. I'll deepen again with my darker shade. I'm going to take Blaze from Glisten Cosmetics, super bright true red, and I'm just using my Apocalyptic Beauty Cosmic Alchemy mixing medium. Let's put a few drops in, and I'm going to use my Glisten Cosmetics brush. This is the L11, so the kind of mid-tone shade that I got in the advent calendar. And I'm just going to kind of swirl this around. So I'm happy with the consistency. You want it to be like a melted ice cream. That's the consistency we're going for here. Not too runny and not too thick. But now I'm going to go in and hopefully do this on camera in frame. And as I said, I just want that haze of pink around the edges, so it looks thicker than it actually is, but the focus is more on the red liner. And I'm going to add more kind of like swishy bits, so it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. You want it to just be like generally on and look like a heart. Okay, now I'm going to take a super long, really long flimsy brush. This is an L10 from Glisten. I'm taking that same shade, just loading my brush up again. I just reactivate it if I needed to. And just where I feel necessary, I'm just going to flick and swish off the heart. So I'll just show you here. So So like here, I feel like one here. I feel like another one here. You can add as many as you want. And they don't have to be like the same or anything like that. I feel like this makes it really cool, but also helps if it's not exactly perfect. Okay, that's quite cool. I like that. So now I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is like a really detailed brush. This is a 210 from MAC. And I'm going to take the shade Vault, which is actually a split liner from Glisten. So it's this burgundy and the gold. And as you guessed it, we're going to use the burgundy. And I'm going to use this just to really pinpoint and detail the liner, or the heart liner. Yeah, so right kind of in the middle of the red, I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going back in with my L10 brush, the really long flimsy one, with that same darker shade, and just again, just start putting in a few little flickies here and there, wherever you see fit. Not as many as I did with the red, because I do want the red to be a little bit more prominent for it. But okay, so now I'm going back in with Blaze, the red, and we're going to draw some hearts. So just starting here where this ends down here, and I'm just going to draw a little heart. I also just took a little bit more of that burgundy liner, and I just done little lines here because I'm going to do a few hearts over this side. So just right at the end of each one of those lines. Some a little bit bigger, some a little bit smaller. Okay, and now I'm just going to draw little hearts wherever I feel like I need one. Okay, and I really don't think I have enough hearts on. I want to add more. So I'm using my, what is this? Rimmel London Ink Me Stamp Tattoo, the heart one. There you go. And it's just black, but I think it'd be fun to kind of add a bit of contrast. And these are like really small hearts, so it'll be kind of nice to throw a few around. So literally just stamp them where I feel like it. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop. She's gotten out of hand, but I'm okay with that because that's kind of what my face chart was. I knew it was gonna be a lot of hearts, so I'm gonna jump off. I look insane, and I'm gonna do my lip, some sort of like a red and burgundy ombre, because I'm not gonna go for soft here. We're gonna go for all out. And I will show you what I used on my cheeks and my lips right at the end. Okay guys, so this is how I finish off the look. I love how this turned out. I think it's so fun. Like, I would wear this out, not on like a Valentine's date with my boyfriend or anything like that, but if I was going to work and we were doing a bit of a Valentine's theme, this would be the kind of thing I would probably wear. I love this. So let me go through everything that I used to finish off the face. So just really quickly for cheeks, I won't go through my bronzer, I'll have that listed below, but my blush is the Nightmare on Elm Street from Glamlite. This is the Chest of Souls Blush Trio, and I used this dark one kind of further back on my cheek, and then I used the lighter one a little bit closer to the apple of my cheek, just to give us that kind of pinky red sort of vibe. For highlight, I went in again with my Odin's Eye Luminous Highlighter in Gentle Firefly. This one has more of a pinky red sort of shift to it. It's gorgeous on the cheeks, beautiful. And then for lips, I done a little bit of a combo. This is the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade High Drama. This is from the Christmas collection, but it is a permanent shade. I checked. And but this is just a mini size from a Christmas collection. And I done that all around the outside, almost like my lip liner. And then I went in with my LA Splash Classic Horror Liquid Lipstick in Howley, which is just a true bright red. And I just get a nice blend. I used a little brush and I just kind of blended them into each other to get a nice gradient. But yeah, that is our look. That is a bit more creative, a little bit fun. I'll kind of dot these out throughout the year. If you guys are interested, let me know down below if you want to see more. I have more looks kind of listed and not planned, but like ideas to throw in there, and I'll do a few face charts just to plan them out then if I know you guys are interested. But I think this is really fun. So I want to know down in the comments below, what do you think of this look? I love it. And I also want to know if you are interested in seeing more of these kind of creative, bit more dramatic, fuller kind of looks instead of just eyes and that kind of thing. And obviously we'll still do palettes and stuff like that, but a little bit more of a vibe with more creative stuff, get my creative juices flowing. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support. Get me around to more people and also let me know that you like the video, and I'll continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming. We have got more palettes. We have got my Zodiac Build Your Own palette series. We've got Pisces coming next. And we have just lots of random chatty things as well. So hit subscribe down below to see all that. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below. I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks. This one will be up just before or on Valentine's Day, for a little bit of a fun vibe. It could also be a Queen of Hearts sort of look if you were going to do something for Halloween. Might be cute. And my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content if you want to go give that a follow as well. So that is it, guys. That is my Valentine's look. Not an anti-Valentine's. I was going to do something anti-Valentine's, but I do like Valentine's Day. It's fun. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, guys.